Hey guys, got another review here for a movie I checked out recently, and that's called Fear. What year was this? 1996, and this was like in the height of I don't really know what you would call them, but they were the thrillers where like stuff like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle and The Crush, and those kind of movies where it was like someone getting stalked or whatever by a loved one or a crush or whatever. They tend to be a psycho. And I've always really loved this movie. I remember as like a young, when I was real young, I remember seeing it, I think at a buddy's house. I remember it always sticking with me, just Mark Wahlberg's performance, and it always just really stuck with me. And I remember having a crush on Reese Witherspoon back then, so that kind of stuck with me too. And after watching this again, like 15 years later, because I hadn't seen it between that, um, it does hold up to me. I mean, it may just be a nostalgic factor for me. I don't know. I wouldn't know if this is really considered a great movie. I mean, it is. It's rated R, but it almost feels like it was made for like teens or something. Like it to me, it should have been PG-13 almost. Like there's a lot of scenes of just Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon making out that gets old pretty much after the first one. It's just like over the top. Like everywhere they go, they're just making out, and it's just it gets annoying because that's like almost the first half of the movie is almost like just that, just different places, but it's building up the suspense or whatever. I mean, the general plot line. Reese Witherspoon is like she's part of like a wealthy family or whatever, and she ends up going to this like coffee house. It's like this really poppin' coffee house, and it's in Seattle, kind of like it has like a grunge feel to it, almost like that movie Reality Bites and Singles and stuff. It has that feel to it. Um, but essentially, she goes to this coffee shop and she ends up, seeing Mark Wahlberg, and she becomes infatuated, and he ends up asking her out, and everything's, it's that too good to be true type thing, and slowly he ends up becoming psycho, and it becomes a home invasion movie towards the end, and to me, it worked for me. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's just unbelievable. The parents are stupid as stupid could be. They just make retarded decisions. Like the dad in this movie he should get his manhood card taken away pronto, because the dad in this movie is a complete fool. Um, but Mark Wahlberg, this was before Boogie Nights, I think. I'm pretty sure this was before Boogie Nights. Um, yeah, because he did the Basketball Diaries and then this film, and then that's what made him do the Boogie Nights. But anyways, his performance really stands out here. He's still a likable dude. He does some really crazy things, like he ends up tattooing Reese Witherspoon's name on his chest and all that. Then he'll hit himself to make himself look bruised and tell her that her dad hit him and all that. And it's just like it's a really kind of really intense story once it gets going. It just takes a while to get going. And like I said, I may just be looking at it nostalgic wise, and that's why I dig it so much. So I'm interested. If any of y'all watching this have seen this, I am really interested to see what the general opinion of this movie is. So if you've seen it, let me know your opinion if you dug it or you didn't like it. Because I never hear anybody talk about this movie. I've never heard anybody talk about it. So yeah, I'm really curious about that. But picture quality looked standard. Nothing too amazing, but nothing bad. It was just a standard Blu-ray. Performances all around were pretty good, but Mark Wahlberg is the obvious standout. It's a quick watch, some cool scenes, some cool set pieces. It's a different take on the home invasion thing. There's multiple people with this crew, and you know what I mean. There's also Alyssa Milano's in it. She plays kind of like a slutty character in it. Um, but yeah, I recommend this if you're a fan of those kind of thrillers from the 90s. It seems to be like a capsule of the 90s. For some reason, you don't really see psycho girlfriend or boyfriend movies made in the 80s, and you don't really see them in the 2000s. It seems like these movies were like just a 90s thing for some reason. Like all of them came out only in the 90s, but I'm a fan of those kind of thrillers. I don't know, it just has like a made for TV kind of quality to it, and that's what I would say about this movie too. It's essentially a high budget Lifetime movie. Like Lifetime has some interesting movies and horror elements to it. Like if you like the movie, I don't know if I have it somewhere. I can't find it off the top of my head. It's somewhere in here, but that Mother May I Sleep with Danger with Tori Spelling. It's stuff that was made in the 90s. It was a made-for-TV movie. That would be a perfect double feature for this movie. I actually have it right. Drop some movies, but yeah, it would be a cool double feature with this Mother May I Sleep with Danger movie. I guess I just have a nostalgia kind of thing for these Lifetime-esque movies. It's just, my favorite movies come from the 90s. That's all I can really say. But yeah, that's my quick review for Fear. Definitely worthy of picking up if you're into those kind of movies. Like I said, I'm real interested in thoughts on that movie. But see y'all tomorrow. Peace.